welcome to WHSH TV. I'm Caleb King, and with me is Connor Nolan. Connor, it's week 3 for us here live on WHSH TV, and another week of great news stories.
And that's right, Caleb. This week we have stories from all over town, including a trip to the newly opened Jumpin' Jacks. Looks really fun. And we check in with the Indiana Theater downtown.
I'm really excited for that. It's been great. Theater's done a lot to bring life back into the downtown area, which, by the way, is preparing for next year's bicentennial celebration. We'll talk with Terry Kelso and Don Spillman about those upcoming plans.
I'm excited because, honestly, I have no idea what the bicentennial is. I just know that, 200 years. Also, we'll cover the topic of social media in our recurring hallway talk segment. Word in the hall is that Facebook might not be the top dog when it comes to socializing online for the high school kids of WHS,
That's right, Connor. I think our viewers might be surprised to hear what our generation finds most popular. We have all of that and a look back at the past week here at Washington High School. It has been busy. From the NJROTC Mega Meet to the game against Vincent's Lincoln to the Lady Hatchet sectional win against Southridge. We have a lot to cover. Join us after this short break for all of that and more right here on WHSH TV.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back to WHSH TV. We start our broadcast with a look at how Washington is preparing for its 200th birthday. In 1805, a small village called Liverpool developed around what is now the current location of the Daviess County Courthouse. The village was officially surveyed on November 11, 1815. In 1816, Liverpool merged with the original town of Washington, located just to the north. On November 13, 1816, the first lot was sold for $50, marking the official beginning of the city of Washington, Indiana. WHSH TV sat down with 2 volunteers spearheading the celebration plans to hear more about what is taking place and how you can get involved. Also, the 2 boundaries were South Street, Northeast 6th Street, Flora Street, and Southwest 1st Streets. WHSH sat down with 2 volunteers spearheading the celebration plans to hear more about what is taking place and how you can get involved.
Well, Washington's one of the oldest towns in Indiana, one of the oldest cities actually west of the Appalachian Mountains. It was founded in 1816, and this is just a celebration that the community has thrived and survived for the last 200 years. The focus is celebrating the past, but also building the future. with the new interstate in. We're looking for an economic boom, and we're already seeing part of that in the city. And we want to celebrate the fact that Washington's been here for 200 years, and not just focus on the past, but focus on the good things that are happening in the future.
Next spring, and hopefully July the 1st through July the 10th, we will have a big celebration, mostly at the park in Washington, starting with the opening of the time capsule, followed by a 4th of July celebration, fireworks, and a birthday dinner, and a talent show. So we're really looking forward to all the festivities.
And to do that, we're going to need some money.
Yes.
We're sending out brochures to local businesses and area industries, and we're also going to be asking individuals to donate. We have a website, the 200plusproject.com, and if you can go on there, there's a donate button, which should be activated soon, and you can donate money to help put things together. Not only are we doing that, but we would like to have a concert series, as well as some gateways that'll be more or less permanent at the 4 main entrances to the city.
So it's going to be an exciting year, and again, we need some money to make all this happen, and we appreciate donations. We also need volunteers. So we're having our next meeting on February the 26th at noon at Ponderosa, and for anyone that's interested in being involved and being a part of this exciting celebration for the city of Washington, please come. Again, that will be February the 26th at noon, and you can come in, have lunch with us, and sign up for a committee and help us get everything going.
Or if you can't come to the meeting and you want to be a volunteer on one of the committees that are going to put the bicentennial together, you can contact either me or Terry, and we'll put your name on the list, and we'll tell you what committee you're on and when you meet.
For more information, visit the website dedicated to the bicentennial events at www.200plusproject.com. There you can see an upcoming events calendar and a donation page for those who might want to help. Staying in downtown Washington for our next story, the Indiana Theater on Main Street has been opened since November and doing well. WHSH has been there since the theater's opening, and we have checked back in with the theater's manager, Blaine Calber, to see what they have been up to.
The business has been going very well. We are very pleased with it, and we certainly hope it continues. The movies starting this Thursday, we will hold over SpongeBob. SpongeBob will move to our upstairs theater, and in the downstairs auditorium we will be starting 50 Shades of Grey at an 8 o'clock showing on Thursday night. Normally it starts on Friday, but some theaters are going to have an advance showing, and we're lucky enough to be one of them. We really have very little say on what movies we're going to have. Our booking agency handles most of that. Our owner, Brant Barnhart, can put in a request for a certain movie, and for the most part, most of his requests we have got, but our booking agency has about 75% of the final say. We put in a request and just hope for the best.
The Indiana Theater is open 7 days a week. Tickets for showtimes before 6 p.m. cost $5, and showtimes after 6 p.m. are just $6. Visit www.kgbrothers.com for more information. Looking for something to do with the kids before a night at the movies? Jumpin' Jacks, an entertainment center geared towards children, opened in Washington just before the new year. Owner Scott Dyer calls the facility 12,000 feet of adrenaline-pumping fun. The entertainment center features a variety of inflatables, including one of the world's largest. There are also arcade games and an area dedicated to toddlers. WHSH TV spoke with Dyer about this new facility and about one of their unique menu items.
We are thrilled to be able to say that we have been very, very busy. We've had a lot of folks come through and had a great time. The response from the community has been outstanding. And it just seems like that people are coming and finding that the kids can come and have a great time and have fun with all the activities for our children and the inflatables, along with all the arcades we have for the parents. They come and they enjoy it. They enjoy eating together. It's just a fun center for families. Well, what we did was, in the one we own in Bloomington, we spent 2.5 months just on the sauce, testing and doing several studies on the sauce itself. We ended up getting our sauce from 2 different places, one from the West Coast and one from the East Coast, and we blend them together. And the taste is different than what a lot of places have because of that. And the supplier is now selling our blending to other facilities that they could be able to use the same sauce.
Entry to Jumpin' Jacks is $8 per child and $4 for children under 36 inches. Located just behind the strip mall next to Walmart, Jumpin' Jacks welcomes children 12 and under. Coming up after the break, Connor will have a quick look at your forecast. Old Man Winter is letting us know he is here to stay. Details up next on WHSH TV.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Hi, welcome back to WHSH TV. I'm Connor Nolan. I'm here to take a quick look at your weather for the upcoming week. And it looks like cold weather is the story for your Valentine's Day weekend and week coming. Remember that little comment I made about the groundhog last week? That was totally wrong. He was right. Winter is in full force. So Friday, all right, starts out 30 degrees in the high. And basically throughout the week, we won't even go over 30 degrees as the high. It's going to be completely freezing this entire week. And a little bit of chance of snow here and there. But overall, it is going to be freezing. Hate to break it to you. But hey, we have a new trivia question segment for the weather. That's a new thing here at WHSH. So here we go. Should be here shortly. All right, the trivia question for you, the viewer. How much snow has been recorded at WHSH TV studios this year? The answer when we come back at the end of our newscast.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless wireless emergency alerts. Real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Welcome back. We continue our broadcast with a topic that has the youth and adults alike talking, literally. Here on WHSH, social media sites and phone apps are used by almost everyone in it, but it seems that what service is most popular? The answer to that question depends on who you ask. With 900 million monthly users on Facebook and 300 million on Twitter, it seems like Facebook is the winner. But not so fast, because Facebook has seen a major drop in its younger members for the first time since it started in 2004. So where's everyone going? WHSH TV's Colton Garland took it to the halls to ask WHS students which form of social media they prefer.
I'm here with Douglas Heidenreich, a sophomore here at WHS. Douglas, what's your favorite kind of social media?
Probably Instagram.
There you go, Instagram. Now I'm here with Carson Smith, a junior here at WHS. Carson, what's your favorite form of social media?
My favorite form of social media would have to be Twitter, because not only can you interact with your friends, but you can interact with celebrities as well.
Instagram, because you can actually see what people are doing instead of just reading it.
Twitter, because my tweet game is strong.
Instagram, because you get to post pictures and see other people's pictures.
I like Snapchat.
My favorite form of social media is Instagram.
Twitter.
Email is my favorite form of social media.
Instagram and Twitter might be winning, but just so you know, Instagram is owned by Facebook. It's all about the photos. This past Saturday, Washington's NJROTC hosted a mega meet. The event took place all over Washington High School and included schools from all over the area, and some even as far as Indianapolis. The full-day event began at 9 a.m. with drill and color guard exhibitions as well as uniform inspections. Schools earned points by exhibiting their skills in front of military personnel. Winning schools were awarded trophies for their hard work and dedication. Excuse me, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. 1 second. If you ever wanted to push Mr. Dollars into an ice-cold lake, well, here's your chance. Students will be coming to homeroom to collect donations on the 16th and 17th floor for the 2015 Special Olympics. If the Hatchet Heroes team raises $750, excuse me, Mr. Dollars and Miss Kelly will take a plunge, and they'll be freezing for a reason. February 18th is an early release day. High school students will be released an hour early at 2:20 p.m. The Hoosier Girls State Program is looking for delegates. Any junior girl who would like to be considered to be a delegate for an alternate should see Miss Steffenagel in the counseling office by February 20th. Delegates should be in the top half of their class and have an interest in government. The 5th annual Faculty versus Seniors game will be held on Wednesday, February 25th. Any senior interested in playing, see Mr. Hancock. And lastly, Ivy Tech Community College will be visiting on March 3rd at 9 a.m. Any student interested should sign up in the counseling office by noon the day before the visit. Up next, Eric Wilson will have your Hatchet Sport highlights, including a look at the Lady Hatchets' win against Southridge and a preview of their sectional matchup for tonight. You won't want to miss this. Stay tuned to WHSH TV.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Back here to WHSH TV. We start with a recap of the Hatchet boys game against Vincennes Lincoln last Friday. The Hatchet basketball team hosted rival Vincennes for the right to take the Big 8 crown. Not to mention the 2005 state championship team was also introduced before the game started. Let's go ahead and get into the highlights. Now on to the boys' side. Last Friday, the Hatchet took, as you're seeing right now with the highlights, the game was a neck and neck the entire way, but unfortunately the Alices had the last laugh as Jacob Reese made a jump shot as time expired, giving the Alices the Hatchets defeat for the first time in 2015. Colton Garland led the way with the Hatchets with 12 points, followed by Jacob Overton with 10, and Connor Brown added 5 points. And again, the Hatchets fell for the very first time in 2015, as I just stated. Let's keep it here with boys basketball. As the boys basketball team traveled to Bloomfield last night, the Hatchets were trying to bounce back from a difficult loss last Friday to Vincennes. Though the Hatchets never overly dominated the Cardinals, they led the entire game and never gave up the lead for 1 second. The Hatchets were led in scoring by Jacob Overton, with 15 points, followed by Carson Smith with 11, and Colton Garland and Connor Brown had 8 apiece. The next Hatchet game is back here in Washington at the Hatchet House as the Hatchets take on the Southridge Raiders on Tuesday. JV game starts at 6:30 with the varsity game following at 8 o'clock. Now let's take it to the girls basketball sectionals as the Lady Hatchets were taking on the Southridge Raiders last night. Going into the game, the Lady Hatchets were on a 6-game win streak, and junior Carrie Lane was the star of the night as not only she had 12 points, but she also had the game-winning shot that got the Lady Hatchets to a big-time victory last night as the Lady Hatchets avenged last year's loss in the sectional to Southridge as they beat Southridge, again, final score 38-36. Now let's go ahead and talk about tonight's game as the Lady Hatchets take on the Vincennes Lincoln Alices. The Lady Hatchets lost in the regular season to Vincennes 40-36, but the Lady Hatchets are going to try, and as they are right now on a 7-game win streak, coming in with a record of 16-7, the Lady Hatchets, confident as could be, we'll see how they do against their Big 8 rival. Come on out and support the Lady Hatchets tonight if you get a chance. Win tonight for the Lady Hatchets, and they'll move on to the sectional championship against the winner of the game that's going to be before Vincennes and the Lady Hatchets, which is Jasper and Pike Central. Now, let's go ahead and talk about our wrestlers. The wrestlers, Ryan Kerner, Jake Wilson, and Cameron Mead, all went deep into the state as still continuing to make their deep tournament run. All advanced from the Bloomington South Regional last Saturday and will be competing in the Evansville Semi-State tomorrow. Good luck to the wrestlers in their Semi-State tomorrow. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest,
Welcome back. I'm Connor Nolan, and while I may be a little under the weather, WHSH is always on top of the weather for your information of this week. It's going to be super cold. That's all I can say about your Valentine's Day weekend and this coming week. Let's look at the map. You see we got the low pressure system. It's going to be moving straight into Indiana. This high pressure system over here, that's already, it's out of here. It's gone. And high pressure is where we had our nice weekend that we had. And low pressure, it's going to be moving in. Plenty of cold weather coming for this week. And let's look at the weekly forecast we got here. 7-day forecast right for you. So Friday, high of 30, low of 25, and for that night. Mostly cloudy, mostly sunny Saturday, high of 16, low of 5. That's ridiculous. This is for your Valentine's Day, so make sure if you got a lady coming out of the car for your date, make sure to bundle her up, get romantic with it. It's going to be great. However, Sunday, high of 20, low of 12. Mostly cloudy on both Monday and Sunday, high of 26 and low of 17. It's basically not even going to get above 30 for this week. It's very, very cold. But Tuesday, there's a 30% chance of snow, so be prepared for the worst for that. That's all I have to say for WHSH weather. Don't shoot the messengers giving you the hard facts for this cold weather this week. So we'll get to our answer for the trivia question that I asked earlier. It was, what was it? How many inches of snow have we reported on WHSH TV? And the answer is trace. Say 3. 3. Trace is in the number in Spanish, I guess. Uno, dos, tres.
Trace. I guess that sounds about right, Connor. So from what I heard, from what you just had to say, we're going to have a cold week coming up, and love's going to be in the air, so.
Yes. And, for example, Saturday, Valentine's Day, I'm going to go see the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. No 50 Shades for me.
All right, well, be safe during this holiday weekend and have a great time. That was your newscast from WHSH TV. Hope to see you back here next week.
He's Caleb King, and I'm Connor Nolan. Goodbye.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.